5. Match dieses Samstagnachmittags. Er kommt aus den Niederlanden, er hat gestern sein Debüt auf der European Tour gegeben und hat sich gegen Tobias Müller durchsetzen können, einen der 4 deutschen Starter. Noch ist er ohne Weltranglistenposition, umso schöner, dass er es hier in die 2. Runde geschafft hat. Herzlich willkommen, Mike Kuivenhoven. Ein niederländisches Duell. Er ist der jüngste Weltmeister in der Geschichte der Sportart Darts. 2006 gewann er die BDO-WM im Alter von 21 Jahren und 90 Tagen. Aktuell die Nummer 18 der PDC. Herzlich willkommen hier in Saarbrücken, The Cobra, Jelle Klaasen!
We're back as the second round resumes here in Saarbrücken, the German Darts Open. As we see an all-Dutch affair now. Jelle Klaasen, the number 13th seed, taking on Mike Kuivenhoven on his European Tour debut. Came through the qualifiers on Thursday night and beat the fellow debutant, the German Tobias Müller, 6-1 yesterday. Some big stage nerves from the German, certainly more than those being shown by Kuivenhoven. And the winner of this one will play either Michael Smith or Steve Lennon in tomorrow's 3rd round. Chris Murphy alongside myself, Mike Lawrence, for this one. And again, could be a fast-paced game, we're hoping.
Yeah, really could. Jelle Klaasen is a man who's played a lot of his best stuff on the European Tour, although not of late. This time last year, Jelle Klaasen was reaching semi-finals with incredible consistency. Reached.
Ladies and gentlemen, first leg, Jelle, the pro first. Game on!
Yeah, reached 3 semi-finals and a final in the first 4 European Tour events of 2017. But since then, he's lost in the 10 Euro Tour tournaments he's competed in 6 times in his first match. You'd think this is a nice little draw for Jelle Klaasen, although Kuivenhoven looked assured in his comprehensive 6-1 success against Tobias Müller, as he left Müller mullered.
See what you did there, Chris.
41.
A different prospect here. A huge underdog against a 3-time PDC title winner, perhaps the player that has come closest on many occasions to adding his name to the European Tour Roll of Honour. The one that stands out was the one at the end of 2016 when he was pipped at the post by Alan Norris in the final of the German Darts Championship.
98.
Yes, and then got to that final in Jena last year, where Michael van Gerwen saw him off 6-2 in the German Darts Masters.
60.
Played in the Premier League last year, did Klaasen, but was suffering from tendinitis, which affected his form really throughout the year. Won just 1 game in the Premier League.
1 round 40.
Well, wants a turn that can still do this. Not anymore, and an early opportunity for the underdog, the Euro Tour debutant from The Hague.
Double 8 for an early break, just inside, so Klaasen a chance then
56.
to come back and take out tops. Decent marker, and yes, does it
Jelle Klaasen, second leg,
at the second attempt.
First. Game on.
The winner of this one takes on the winner of the match that closes this afternoon session between Michael Smith and Steve Lennon. Could be a really, really good match. Because Steve Lennon is proving to be a tough opponent for any player.
96.
Michael Smith himself, a different beast in 2018. Picked up a couple of titles already. And he's
83.
an example to the likes of Klaasen, who struggled in the Premier League, what can be achieved after falling out of the tournament.
96.
He's come back in buoyant style, the bully boy.
An all-English affair next, and two veterans, I think it's fair to say, of the game. Steve Beaton, the Adonis, against Alan Tabern on the comeback trail and back on the tour. The man from St Helens looked good yesterday in his opening match. He'll be up against the 16 seed here, Steve Beaton, as Mike Kuivenhoven looks to fill it up. Can't quite do it.
Well, North and Klaasen, but all the darts found the treble 20 segment, just one fell out. Down for double two, and he's looking just as comfortable as he did in the match we saw 24 hours ago. How many more darts could he have fit in there?
I was thinking that. On a pinhead, those three, tucked in the corner. The Klaasen's first maximum.
16.
2006, when he won the BDO World Championships at the Lakeside, before switching to the PDC the following year.
Yeah, picked up his first PDC title a year later. But it took him a while to add to that tally. Well, a couple of maxes in the leg for Jelle Klaasen. And this is the best we've seen for a while. It's early stages, but if he can keep this up, the signs are good for fans of the Cobra.
An 11 darter, double top. Okay, make it 12. Oh, well.
40.
Looked like he slipped there. He's given his darts a rub with his shirt. That final dart.
Well, that's very, very unfortunate. Because had that dart just landed in the single 20, it'd have been on a finish. And with Klaasen scrapping around on 5,
no score.
Could have applied some real pressure there. Probably annoy himself if he hits a couple of trebles here.
If he comes back, if Klaasen can't mop up this awkward 5. Oh, still can't do it, so a chance for a break for the European Tour debutante.
Well, Klaasen's thrown some exceptional darts in this leg, including a couple of 180s, but one horrific dart that found the 15 has put him in all sorts of bother. In the end, he managed to dig himself out of that hole.
Gets the job done with a 20 dart leg, but the relief on Klaasen's face. The Cobra.
60.
I don't know if we established whether Mike Kuivenhoven has a nickname.
57.
Well, feel free to give him one.
Let me have a think.
60.
One manager have a nickname. The Voice, Russ Bray, has just been entertaining the crowd in between matches. took to the hockey himself and produced a stunning display.
Yes, against a member of the public, a lad plucked out of the crowd. It was good fun.
43.
And George Noble having to call Ross Bray playing a game, which was a first.
100. $45.
I don't think George had to call many 45s in that match. Ross Bray played quite well.
56.
Klaasen in a decent position to try and break here. It's a contrast to a couple of weekends ago in Munich when the seeds were tumbling out at this stage. Another one there. Beautiful stuff.
134.
But so far, 3 seeded players have played, and all of them have won. Darren Webster, Ian White and Gerwin Price.
81.
So to extend his lead and a break of throw, Klaasen looking at double 10, won't want to mess around with it like he did last time.
15.
Well, he is going to end up on 5 again,
Make you require 112.
and a good chance for Kuivenhoven to pounce here.
Great dart. Double 16.
96. Yellow, you require 5.
Let's see if he comes back this time.
Game shown the
That's
full
better
flag.
from Yellow
Yellow
Klaasen.
Klaasen. 5th leg yellow to throw.
Doesn't
first.
get tripped up this time.
Game on.
Now, if Kuivenhoven had been a little bit more accurate on those doubles, it could be a different story and a different scoreline we're looking at. I was thinking we've already got a Mighty Mike, even though it's spelt different, of course, than Gerwin, in terms of a nickname for Kuivenhoven.
$46.
And another player coming out of Den Haag in the Netherlands.
83.
Yeah, of course, the same hometown as the 5-time world champion Raymond van Barneveld.
60.
A man who, unfortunately, we don't see much of on the European tour.
59.
Yes, that is a shame. Always a fan's favourite. Wherever he goes is Barney.
140. $98.
So no finish from 165. And Kuivenhoven
59.
not able to get down to a finish either. So Klaasen could do with
95.
hitting a big treble, which he does with his final dart to leave 70.
Disappointing there. He'd be thinking about filling it up. He will really apply the pressure.
25. Yellow requires 7.
Klaasen
Game
in
shown,
control.
the 5th leg. Yellow Klaasen. 6th leg, Mike to throw first. Game on.
So yes, getting the job done, I think it's fair to say, by Yellow Klaasen at this stage. Not really pulling up any trees in terms of averages, but it's the scoreline that matters.
I really feel that Yellow Klaasen needs some kind of run to kick-start his season. He's had one run to the quarter-finals in the 15 events that he's competed in this year. And as I mentioned earlier, compared to the standard that he was producing this time last year, that falls a long way short. And he was doing that while struggling with that wrist problem. Had to work hard to put that right and kind of restructure his throw. But I guess he would have thought, well, once that's sorted, I'll kick on and do even better. Hasn't gone that way.
$58. 95.
Another cruel bounce out, suffered by Kuivenhoven.
96 left.
65.
Doesn't matter that he can't go out on that visit. His opponent not on any kind of finish.
And again, that cruel bounce out denied him of being in shout of a finish. Kuivenhoven.
Yellow, you require 56.
Double 10. And hits
Game
it
shot in the
for 5-1
leg.
and one leg away from victory. And a place in round 3 now.
Game on. $125. $40.
Again, not what you need when you're 5-1 down. Slack first start, but better. And great recovery from Klaasen. Another 1-2-1.
Oh, it's happened again.
79.
Won 6-1 yesterday. Looks likely to be beaten 6-1 today. And maybe
123.
the nickname could be Magic Mike, because he's about to perform a disappearing act from the German Darts Open.
Yellow, you require 132.
For the match then. We'll just look to
92.
set it up, which he does nicely, to come back for double top. And yes, good experience this weekend for Kuivenhoven. I'm sure that will stand him in good stead going forward on his European Tour debut.
58. Yellow, you require
Playing
40.
on the big stage and picking up £2,000 in prize money. And there is the winning dart for Jelle Klaasen. Double 10, seeing off his fellow Dutchman. And so it will be either Michael Smith or Steve Lennon playing Jelle tomorrow afternoon in round 3. And coming up next, it's an all-English affair. Steve Beaton, the number 16 seed, up against Alan Tabben, after we've heard a few words from the Cobra.
Und auch dieser Monster-Fanblock da hinten links hat nicht ganz so viel bewirkt. Am Ende ist es ein 6:1 für Jelle Klaasen, für den Favoriten. Er steht also im Achtelfinale. Also Applaus für Mike Kuivenhoven. Hat sein European Tour Debüt gegeben. Yeah, congratulations. You want to know the average? No. Was not the top match, we all know, but it's a first match, it's a first win.
Yeah, I was happy that I didn't draw James Wade again. So no, Michael's a little bit unlucky. Should have won the first leg and had a couple of bounce out on crucial moments. But with me, it wasn't consistent, but there were some good darts, so I'm feeling good.
What is the situation right now with you? I mean, last year with the pain, you played incredible on the European Tour. You had the 3 semi-finals, the final as well. There are people in the social media who say he was playing better with pain.
Yeah, it's true, but I think when you have pain, you don't think too much about the game. Now I think too much, but I'm getting there. It's getting back, but it takes a long time, and every win helps, so this helps a lot.
It's always a question of patience, right? To stay patient.
Yeah, you need a lot of patience, and I'm not that patient, so it's frustrating, but I finally won, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Saarbrücken is a good place. We see you tomorrow again. Thank you very much. Jelle Klaasen. Ja, war nicht das